Hi everyone, in this video today we're going to talk about the three biggest issues that I've found around self-worth. I mean, there's just so many things that annoy me when it comes to self-worth and the discussions that people are having around self-worth, and even just looking at YouTube and seeing the mix of videos around self-worth, from the most harmful ones to some really helpful ones. Anyway, I thought I can't shut up about it. I have to talk about it. Let's get started. All right, so there are different ways to view human self-worth, of course, and there are ways that we could view it that are really toxic and really hurtful and really painful to human beings, and then there are ways that we could view human worth that are actually beneficial to us. Now, so I'm just going to talk about the ISTDP approach to viewing human worth, meaning the intensive short-term dynamic psychotherapy theory, if you will, on what human worth is. And that's the position that I'm going to take because that's the way that I actually believe in things. And from that position, all human beings have equal worth, right? So all human beings have equal worth, which brings me to the number one really annoying thing about it is when people try to rank worth, when people try to say that some people have more worth and some people have less worth. That's just not true. All human beings have equal worth, irrespectively. So then there's the second bit of what people say, where they say, well, what about terrible people? Terrible people, horrible people, hurtful people have less worth than good people. And there again, we are falling into a pitfall of making a mistake. Horrible people, terrible people do terrible things, and it's not good. And yes, they should probably be imprisoned if they've done something illegal and so on and so forth. But it does not make them unworthy or less worthy than another person. And I just say, like, people just have to stop thinking that way, because it's really harmful to humanity if we start ranking people, that we start thinking that people are rankable in terms of their worth, and that secondly, if they're kind and good and empathic and compassionate people, that they are more worthy than the next person. No, kindness, compassion, being caring, those are really good for making sure that people around you are happy, to make sure that you're connected. Those are really good things to make sure that you have a fulfilling life, possibly, but they're not about your worth. So which then brings us to the third biggest possibly annoying thing, or possibly the most annoying thing that I have seen happens out there, and is completely inconsistent with ISTDP theory at least, is that worth is something that you can sort of go out and attain. That worth is something shoppable, attainable, that you could go out and remind yourself of all of your successes, of all of the things that you've done really well, of all of the things that have been really great, of maybe your achievements, maybe you have worth because you got up today and you did your bed and that makes you worthy. Well, it sort of doesn't, because if you are trying to do things to have worth, then it means that you're in a sense denying, or in a sense not realizing, that you have all of the worth already to begin with. So anything you do on top of that is just going to compromise your idea of worth even more. Now, this last one, because it's such a really big one, I'm going to make a separate video about that. So look out for that, on this idea of what we call unconditional worth versus conditional worth, because I think there are a lot of people out there who have a conditional set of worth, a conditional worth. So we're going to be talking about what is conditional worth, how does it get there, and what can we do about it. I did a live session on this on Instagram as well, so if you all are interested, please go into @DrSia on Instagram and you'll find that live session there. So I'll be breaking basically that live session down into 3 separate videos here on YouTube, for YouTube people, the people here on YouTube, for my YouTube followers to watch as well. So stay tuned over this week as that comes up. On top of that, there'll also be therapy videos that I'll be releasing on the topic of a person who believes that they're not worthy within a relationship, so they tend to self-blame whenever they get abused. So they're in a trauma-bonded relationship and they tend to self-blame because they believe that they're not worthy. So stay tuned on the Dr. Sia channel, on @DrSia. There's going to be a lot coming up, from therapy to discussions on theory, to this video here about the most annoying things I hear about self-worth. We're going to really be breaking it all down. As per usual, please subscribe. Please press that bell button. I look forward to seeing you again next time.